And welcome back to the Valley and Shade. You're here with a man named Jack and wife Strawberry. Say howdy.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Hello.
One of these days, I'm going to get her to say howdy. One of these days, she's going to stop, thinking about it. She's just going to reflexively say howdy. You're a southerner. You got to say howdy at least once.
We'll see.
Anyways, we're doing more Epic the Musical. Today we are watching Puppeteer, animated by you-know-how's favorite Gigi. Gotta give her the thumbs up. This animatic, I keep saying it's one of my favorites of the whole show. I love Ruthlessness as a battle song, but from a technical standpoint, for the music and what they do with it, and also the animation and what Gigi does with it, this is one of my favorites across the whole show.
Just to look at, yeah.
Yeah, to look at and to listen to. This is a song that is just in my liked playlist. Anytime it comes on, I'm instantly there for it. Not gonna beat around the bush too terribly much. Puppeteer, let's go.
What the hell we gonna do now?
If you didn't notice, that was a reprisal of Full Speed Ahead. They're back in the boat, they're trying to make some distance, they're invoking that motif, but on a nice plucked string instrument this time.
Very, very beautiful. Also, poor Odysseus. He's just lost so much.
And beautiful and tranquil. The plucked string over the bow-thrummed string is a really serene introduction to this island. One moment of peace after just the nightmare they've just been
See, I don't interpret it like that. I think there's maybe this duality. It's just he is calming down from the trauma, but
yeah,
he's still going through it, but he's lucky enough to do it in a really beautiful place.
They found somewhere that they're safe for the next 5 minutes.
This is what I would call when you have to eat ice cream after you've gone through a hard day, right? This is the cope, but you're still coping.
Captain, I have something that I must confess.
How to read social cues.
Something that I must get off my chest.
Not now, Eurylochus. Now is not the time. I just went through something horrible. I lost more men, 500 of them in case you weren't counting, and I'm just not in the mood. Eurylochus, I need you to go by Marble Slab. I need you to pick me up some rocky road, and then I'm gonna shove it up your ass.
This is absolutely not the time, because even if Odysseus does let Eurylochus get this confession, if he says this now, it would mean that everyone who just died is immediately on Eurylochus' shoulders. This is not the time to bring that up. The time to bring this up is after you get back to Ithaca. Not a good time, Eurylochus.
It's not a good time, but before we go on, I do want to say that I can sympathize with Eurylochus because I think he does feel responsible here for what happened. It is partially his fault.
Yeah. He is not just grieving, he's also guilty.
Yeah.
And I think he kind of wants to be punished a little bit. He wants to atone for it somehow. But now's not the time, dude.
Until it is said I cannot rest. Captain, you really gotta make sure this island is secure. But Captain,
Shit. There's only so much left we can endure.
whatever you need to say can wait some more. Of that I'm sure. Okay.
Okay, so my interpretation of that moment is I think Odysseus deep down already knows, and he's not in the right mind space to hear it.
I don't think he knows, but I think he does heavily suspect, and he doesn't want confirmation.
Well, however you want to say it, yes, suspect, knows, whichever.
But that's the thing is, if it's just a suspicion, that doesn't mean he has to crack down on Eurylochus. If he gets confirmation, then he has to punish Eurylochus right then and there, which would probably mean stripping him of his command and locking him in the brig for the rest of the journey. And I think that there is a part of Odysseus at this point that even though Eurylochus just betrayed them, he still wants to believe that Eurylochus, A, won't do it again, and B, he needs his second in command to get through whatever they're going through.
It's another one of those things where I think he's also trying to keep the spirit of Polites alive, where he wants to have open arms with Eurylochus, and it's the fact that he just went through all of this trauma and does not want to lose someone else in the sense of another friend, even if it's in a very different way.
If Eurylochus admits to opening the windbag, Odysseus has two choices. Choice number one, don't punish him, and your crew no longer respects you because there's no consequence for disobeying a direct command. Mm-hmm. Or choice number two, punish him the way he deserves, and then you've lost your second in command, one of your best warriors, the leader of the men, and that's also possible to cause a mutiny, because a lot of these men seem like they're more loyal to Eurylochus than they are Odysseus sometimes.
I'm talking specifically about the internal struggle. It's just like, I can't lose someone else. I will go insane. You are the last person that I really trust.
Exactly. So he
and
doesn't...
if I give you even like a salt of benefit of the doubt right now, even if I suspect that 99% it was your dumbass who opened the windbag, I need to lean on that still 1% remaining, because
he doesn't.
I need you, bro. I need you.
He doesn't want it to be true. Exactly. I love that slide of the strings.
I do, like, the way that I interpret it, although I don't know if anyone else has used this in an animatic or not, but it always sounds like the sinking of the sun or a sunset. You know, like, that's how I've interpreted the sound. It's just time passing in
like
that day.
The notes sliding down as the sun sliding down the sky. That is, I'm sure, is correct. It is meant to imply a passing of time there.
Eurylochus, back so soon. Where's the rest of your crew? God, what happened to you?
We came across a palace. Inside we heard a voice. It seemed to show no malice.
I love these tiny tricks. Applying the film grain here and a little bit of like vertical shutter and like the shadowing to give it like a cinematic old school film vignette feel. That's cool stuff. It's a video editing trick that you can use to get more mileage out of your stills, and I absolutely have to pay homage to all of those tricks because it's
an
incredible.
easy way to animate it as well, not just have it be an animatic.
Yeah, it adds motion into it without making it a full animation. It gets movement in without needing to draw.
Yeah,
more
I would
stills.
love to actually see a collab between Gigi and Britt, because Britt is one of those creators who absolutely knows how to do video editing to an art.
To greet it was our choice, but nothing could prepare us for the power that awaited inside.
He's just got to take a drink.
What did this palace hide?
Sir, since we left home, we faced a variety of foes from a wide range of places. Gods, monsters, you know the roster.
I want to like watch that in silence for a minute. Like, just look at Odysseus's face throughout that entire motion. He's so adorable. Just look at him, like the little eyebrow or the headband.
He's just
whatever.
like. Okay, all right.
I can't believe I have to listen to this. Why are you rapping right now?
No, I love it. I love like the rap tones that Eurylochus brings in. He is one of the things that makes this song. Man, does he really bring it musically.
Yes, I believe the singer's name is Armando something. I'm sorry that I haven't looked up your name yet.
Armando.
What a great vocalist in general. But yeah, there was another commentator or reactor who we were watching who wasn't into the rap part of this song. I forget who it was, and maybe I won't throw shade at them, but I fully disagree. Like, this is like one of my favorite parts of the song.
Armando Julian, yeah.
Yeah, Armando Julian. Bro, good job.
Incredible. Love your performance, man.
Like, you are one of the things that saves Eurylochus.
You know the roster, hostile creatures that we can resist. But this was a hell of a twist, cause we are weak to a power like this.
What was it?
A woman.
What?
You think this is what Odysseus is actually picturing as well?
100%.
Like,
This is...
just an unintimidating, pretty girl?
That moment combined with Gigi's lead up for it, this giant imposing monster, hard snap to just pretty lady in the field with the flower.
She's just giving cute right now. She's not
It's
even
funny.
thinking about her boobs yet.
She had us in just 2 words.
Come inside.
Damn.
So let's be real. I'm a married man. I would not get taken by this. Odysseus is a married man. He would not get taken by this. Any unmarried man, you've been through 10 years of war. You've been through hell. All your friends just died. You get to this palace and you see a hot lady here.
She's telling you to come inside.
Yes. That's where it's going. And Odysseus' reaction, they're just like, damn. Okay,
I just
alright.
love the double entendre. I think that's really cute. That's really playful.
Phenomenal depiction of Circe, right?
Circe, yes. She's
Yeah.
beautiful. Also,
outfit,
I
the
do kind
hair.
of like, maybe I like this design because she does kind of remind me of Aerith from Final Fantasy a little bit. Like, she has the hair swoopy things.
Mm-hmm.
She has the long braid. She's very cute. I love just the depiction here.
Welcome to the best part of your life. Go ahead and rest wherever you like. I've got you. Don't worry, Sassy's got you now.
Doubt. Be skeptical. The story you're currently speaking of seems illegitimate.
The little...
She's adorable. Look how happy he is. He's just,
Bro is like, I can rest, I can sit down,
I can have a
a
nap.
home-cooked meal.
Only I stayed outside, but the rest went in.
Take a seat. Let me bring you all something to eat.
Try the gray stuff. It's delicious.
I bet you're tired from the years spent on your feet. I've got you. Don't worry, Sassy's got you now.
Also, the crew just being like, hey, you know what that really is
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
They're not quite putting the sultry spin on it, but everyone knows that's what
Well,
they're
there's
thinking.
wine involved, there's food involved, there's beautiful women, seemingly enough to go around.
Let's be real. How many single men wouldn't get honey trapped in this? Like,
Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day!
it's an excellently laid trap. Gotta kudos to Circe.
Also, I do want to talk about the pink tones just really, really fast. How fitting for what they're about to turn into.
By the time they ate, it was far too late. For inside the meal,
Think of your past.
she had cast a spell.
And your mistakes.
They began to squeal
They'll be the
and
last
grow snouts and tails.
mistakes you'll make.
She changed them.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
That is.
I don't know what the spider iconography is about.
As far as just like general thematics, spiders are the creature most associated with laying a trap. Like, I don't know if there is any precedent for tying spider iconography to Circe.
Here, yeah.
They transformed,
This is the price.
and it wasn't quick.
We pay to live.
She turned our men
The world is not
from men to pigs.
Oh, the deception!
Changed them.
I've got all
The betrayal,
power,
man, you deceived me.
I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
Look at how cute they are. They're so fucking cute.
They're cute little piggy boys.
Yeah, there's not a lot of just cute imagery here, but oh my god, this one with the flat ears over here. Look at him. He's so sad. He's like, please don't eat me, mommy.
Canonically, headcanon, this is the one that got booped. He's like, but you booped my nose. I thought I could trust you.
I thought we were friends innuendos.
Also, I'm going to talk about it again later, but I love the not quite duet that Eurylochus and Circe have here, trading lines back and forth. The writing for both of them to musically and rhythmically fit together and still make a clean song, it's just one of my favorite songs to listen to. I love the back and forth dichotomy of Circe bragging about, not even bragging about what she's done, but explaining, what she has done to the pigs, and then Eurylochus also explaining it to Odysseus. Their, opposite side takes on what's happened. It's cool, it's excellent, it's musically beautiful. This is one of my favorite songs just to listen to.
See,
whenever.
what I imagine as a meme, and this is something that maybe another animator could do, is that I picture Eurylochus mimicking Circe exactly. Like, in an anime situation, he's also donning the outfit and stuff, and he's going back and forth.
It would be...
I think you could get away with that on a stage show, actually, where it's just you have the singer for Circe just off stage, and he's the actor's lip syncing to it.
It would be very funny. I don't know if they would put that into a stage play, but that would be very funny.
That'd be hilarious.
Because it when you're just singing this in the car or wherever, and you're trying to do both voice parts, it feels a little silly.
But that's how you do it, right?
That's how you do it. You got to sing both parts.
And keep in mind, this is all a flashback that Eurylochus had witnessed and is now explaining to Odysseus. This is really good exposition.
No, I don't play on Puppeteer yet.
We have to go save them.
No, we don't.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Shh.
Look at all we've lost and all we've learned. Every single cost is so much more than what we've earned. Think about the men we have left before they're none. Let's just cut our losses, you and I, and let's run.
Now, this is entirely headcanon, but I think it's a headcanon that fits very well for the framing and the shape of the story. I don't think Eurylochus would have opened the wind bag on his own and in a vacuum. And in a lot of the animatics that we see, there are other soldiers that were there for the opening of the wind bag.
Including the Cyclops guy.
Yes, that's one of the things I was going to bring up. Since this one and Keep Your Friends Close, since we looked at GG's for both of them, we get confirmation that at least two of the men in this scouting party that Eurylochus led were the men who opened the wind bag. So my headcanon for this is, since Eurylochus couldn't talk to the captain about what had happened, when he was picking men for the scouting journey, he picked all of the betrayers who had either conspired to or helped him open the wind bag, so he could take them all together and they could discuss what had happened away from the captain, so they could get their story straight, so they could talk and come to an agreement on whether or not they were even going to tell Odysseus at all. And that's probably why Eurylochus wanted to talk to the captain now, so that they wouldn't, get to him first, be like, hey, Captain, Eurylochus told us to open the bag. So part of that was guilt, part of that was also probably him trying to get ahead of the story and put his spin on it.
But he took the scouting party after Odysseus told him to beat it.
Precisely. Because after Odysseus didn't want to talk to them about it, he wanted to take all of the men who were part of that betrayal so that they could discuss amongst themselves how much they were going to tell Odysseus, if anything at all. And now that they have all been turned into pigs, this would be a very convenient way for all of them to be removed from the story, and then Eurylochus is now the only person who knows this secret. If they're all dead, he maybe doesn't have to tell the captain after all. And on top of that, they're the betrayers. They deserve this fate. Why should we risk our necks for them? And Odysseus doesn't know that yet, and of course he's going to get to save them, but that's that is a deeper layer to the story that isn't ever confirmed, I don't think.
I don't think anyone's even discussed that as a possibility.
But with how Gigi used the same characters for the opening of the wind bag as she did for the scouting party, I'd like to think that Gigi is kind of thinking the same thing.
I'm not sure. That's something that you would have to ask them. But I would say it's I think Gigi just wants to use recognizable characters.
Which also makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I might be severely overthinking it, but that's my personal headcanon to give a deeper motivation to why Eurylochus is so eager to leave them behind, because I think it helps to redeem Eurylochus as a character a little bit.
No, I disagree. No, I think
it makes him worse?
I think it makes him worse because he also betrayed Odysseus by opening the wind bag and trying to scapegoat them onto Circe is very cowardly.
What? That's the evilest thing I can imagine.
it makes him more villainous more than antagonistic at that. Like, that's pretty diabolical.
But he didn't tell them to go to Cersei and die. He probably told them not to.
He's saying, let's leave them, though, to Odysseus. If he was meant to be a good captain, if he was meant to be a good friend, he would follow Odysseus and tell the other surviving crew members right now, okay, let's go deal with her.
Yeah.
Like, he is not a ride or die kind of bitch.
You Judas Priest!
I love you, though, honey.
Pop off, queen.
Like, because this is the song that I've been waiting for. Like, because this is the one that highlights why I hate Eurylochus and the actions he takes later.
Yep.
Now, granted, this is only in retrospect, right? Because we know the mutiny is coming at this point. But why do these idiots pick Eurylochus? Is what I don't understand, because he, like, granted, a lot of them are out of earshot and it's irrelevant to them, but it makes that betrayal feel so much more senseless, because we know Eurylochus would sell them out in a heartbeat.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
And also, this is also the next chapter, and Eurylochus is a
moron.
Not just a moron, he is a very tragic character, because anytime he tries to take action or he suggests an action, either he gets shot down immediately, like, no, that's a dumb idea, and the few times that, you know, people actually do what he say, it backfires immediately and terribly. Eurylochus does not get a single win over the course of this entire musical.
Like, we're talking about how Odysseus' luck has run out, but has Eurylochus ever gotten lucky in his life? No, like, he is a singleton.
And I think that is partially why Eurylochus is so paranoid about the dangers, because he loses a lot in the course of this musical, and that explains a little bit why he's so afraid of the dangers. It's hard to be optimistic when you keep getting handed L after L.
I mean, that's a good point, that it makes him very pragmatic, I think.
You're a loser, baby, a loser, goddamn baby, you're a fucked up little whiny bitch.
And even worse, he doesn't really have any incentive in the way that Odysseus does, because I don't think his marriage to Odysseus' sister is even canon for Epic. I mean, that would be something else to humanize him, I think, if there was ever an actual stage rendition of this. I think that makes him so much more different than Odysseus. Then it's like, what is he doing all of this for except for his own skin?
Of course I'd like to leave now. Of course I'd like to run. But I can hardly sleep now, knowing everything we've done. There's no length I wouldn't go if it was...
It's the man!
It's Troy! Yeah!
We've been waiting so long.
Oh my god, this is another reason why I picked Gigi's over someone else's, because I love that little introduction of Hermes, the foreshadow.
We love this man and this character.
For sure, for sure.
If it was you I had to save, I can only hope you'd do the same.
You serious?
He wouldn't.
Eurylochus is looking at him like, did I not just make it clear that...
Who I am? Have I not shown you my true colors already?
I can hear her still.
No one will find.
And her voice deceives.
Their way between.
What if she can't be killed?
My name's and I.
Will you choose to leave?
Their loving queen.
I don't know.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer. Yeah.
I love that little dance. Like,
yeah,
this...
she's very adorable.
Like this, but there's so much just, like, bounciness in this dance. It's like, that is a lot of stills, and they're all worth it.
I just wanna be Illuminati. I just wanna party on endless Bugattis and hanging out with Guardians. I just wanna...
I think it would be funny, also, if he was complaining the entire way, trying to convince Odysseus not to do this, but he ultimately goes along with it. It would feel very Ron Weasley and Harry Potter.
Oh, if Eurylochus, like, went with Odysseus for the fight, that would be fun. That would be very fun.
And I think there is a way where you could probably actually incorporate that into the musical, where maybe there is, like, a plan outside of everything going on.
What I would love to see for that, yes, and when we get to the next songs, you and a lot of people have mentioned that they feel very much like a dance in some regards. I would love for that to be very real. Let Odysseus and Circe be having a battle, and like one of the other nymphs just grabs Eurylochus and have them be dancing along to the music in the background, and have Eurylochus be looking just sweating bullets, just incredibly uncomfortable, and the nymph just like, no, it's okay.
Or outside. I think that would be better in an outside scenario, because I like to think of Eurylochus as being stationed outside in case someone else came in case there was some kind of interference on Circe's behalf.
Yeah, but Eurylochus
or just Hermes and Eurylochus dancing, I think would also be great. Like, let's get into it.
Player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer.
She's a clever witch.
This is the prize.
And she's hard to slay.
We paid it all.
It's a game of wits.
We draw the line.
But you don't have to play.
What's from above?
I have to try.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power.
But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at you.
Gigi does an absolutely beautiful rotating camera shot.
Yeah.
Take a shot. But the back and forth, I love that the music is bouncing back and forth between Eurylochus and Circe. Having this like rotating camera shot of them both walking, but the swap back and forth in this, I love it. I love it so much. There are not words enough for how fanatical I am about this specific portrayal, this moment.
Yeah,
it's
it makes
so
it
cool.
feel much more cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those moments that makes me feel like I don't want a stage musical. I want an animated movie.
Because, like, you couldn't get a rotating camera shot like this in a stage musical.
Well, you can. There are pro shots and everything that you can do, but it wouldn't have it wouldn't have transitional scenes like this where you can go back and forth between shots, or
the camera snaps, the hard cuts.
Yeah, the cuts. It's hard to imagine something more static like musicals.
The music for this, incredible. Holds up under its own weight. Like, it became popular for the reason that it is incredible music, but all of these animatics really elevate it to the next level.
Clever witch.
This is the prize.
And she's hard to slay.
We paid it all.
It's a game of wits.
We draw the line.
But you don't have to play.
What's from above?
I have to try.
I've got all the power, yeah.
So one thing that I think would just be really interesting is a split screen between Circe and Odysseus right there, because it does look like they are walking kind of in step, and I would like to see more of that be paid attention to, because there are a lot of parallels between these characters.
They are very similar at this point. They've both lost people. Circe has learned to be ruthless to protect hers. Odysseus is in the process of learning that lesson. That's why the next two songs work so well, is because these characters have so much
in common. There's common ground between them. And again, like, I think we focus on the footsteps over there to highlight the common ground as a metaphor.
Which, not just footsteps, I want to see Circe strutting in time with the beat. Like, she is the queen of this island. I can just, the runway walk.
Circe is the female version of what Odysseus is to become. Someone who's cautious, but not necessarily mad.
Cautious, aggressive when she needs to be, strikes first. Circe is a pretty damn good example of a warrior of the mind. Like, this is the end game for what Athena wanted.
I've got all the power, no, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah. Come inside.
Yeah.
And like the little Odysseus and the piggy puppets hanging from the top. GG. Fantastic. Incredible. Gigi, thank you for your work. Thanks to all the animators for their work. But Gigi, my personal pocket pick favorite. I love all the Gigi animations that come out.
Yeah, this would just be the Gigi movie if my husband had his way. And while I am a big fan, my top favorite is someone else. Sorry, Gigi.
I actually will say, I don't want to see a movie exclusively animated by Gigi.
Of course not. No, I would want to see a collaborative effort between all of them.
I want to see a collaborative effort from all of the animators. They've all put so much work and love and passion into this. I want that to pay out dividends. I want them to be part of it moving forwards. I want them to get paid. Right now, all we can do is give them lip service and the thumbs up and some ad revenue, but I want them to get a paycheck from this, because damn do they deserve it.
Absolutely agreed.
Yeah. Then with all that said, thank you everyone and anyone for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to drop a comment. If you don't comment, you're not real. I don't care about subscriptions. I don't care about the thumbs up. I just want to talk to you lovely people. But that is all said and done. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. I forget what my outro is.
Shut up. It's almost 40 minutes.
Hard cut it.